Welcome to Win Kings Chat. It's your host, Jordan Chronicle,
And Ben,
joined by...
and we're never going to get this right.
We're never going to get this right. Never.
And Ben Lunafat, welcome to the show.
Okay, there we go. Welcome to the show. Well, today we actually have a pretty interesting topic for you. This is going to be the role of those supporting the artists. And Ben, actually, you as someone that plays this role, especially when it comes to me, I reckon that your input's going to be really invaluable here.
I mean, hopefully.
But
otherwise, no point being honest.
Yeah. I mean, if you didn't know what to say at this point, I would probably, I'd probably jump out a window on the bottom floor. Like, actually, no, let's restart this podcast. That's a poor joke.
I mean, you made that joke several times in the first episode.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like 2 or 3 times at the end.
Well, in that case, jumping out a window on the bottom floor. Right. So yeah,
I'll cut that bit. Shut up!
Yo. Let's get into the shout outs today.
Shout out.
This is gonna be just as weird as yesterday. Like, I'm just gonna let all the the podcasters know how much of a screw up I can be. Yesterday we were actually recording this exact same episode.
Mm-hmm.
We got 40 minutes into it. Yeah. Just to find out that my software was not recording.
I just want to say, mine was fine. I've still got it. I might even cut up little out of context bits and put them out.
That would actually. Do you know what? Yeah, no, do it.
Potentially, just like a behind the scenes thing, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna try. We're gonna try and keep this episode fresh with real reactions, changing the jokes and making stuff.
Yeah, I swear down, we're not saying the exact same thing that we said yesterday in quotation marks. Yo, well, first off, let's get off to the shout outs.
Shout out.
Ben, how would you like to start, man? Shout out!
So, my shout out for this week is a man by the name of Melvillis.
Yeah, and you're actually saying that name right. I heard some of his tracks.
Yeah.
And he said in one of his latest posts on Instagram, he actually says his name there. Like, we were a bit confused about this name just because
I don't know how
it
else
could
you
go
say
either
it.
way.
I don't know how else you could have said it. But yeah, anyway. So
yeah, that's true. Fair enough.
Grime artist from London with Christian influences in his music, which is quite an interesting mix. But I do quite like it because they still got that sort of raw street grime feel to it. But he's really he's sort of brought his own style to it, and I quite like that. On a technical level, he just outright bangs. Just everything about it is flawless. I love his tracks.
Yeah, I heard a couple of tunes that are
they're good, aren't they? They bang.
Hey, yeah, man.
But what I do like though is that every one of his songs is a message. Every one of them's got substance behind it. It's never just for the sake of it.
Well, I mean, if he's gonna have Christian influence in his music in the first place, then you can just imagine it's gonna be all about that positivity.
Yeah.
But the way that he delivers is phenomenal. I can't lie.
So we'll have his social links in the description. If this is not where it doesn't have a description, then you can find him on Spotify, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I think it's basically everywhere. So go check him out.
I was gonna say
Yeah, go check him out.
And how would you spell his name as well, by the way?
So
just for the audience to know.
That's M-E-L,
especially Spotify audience.
MELVILLOUS. Do you know what? I saw a post from him the other day as well on Instagram. He's supporting Loki on his soundtrack to the Struggle 3 tour this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which also, if you don't know who Loki is, go check out Loki.
Oh, wow. Yo, Loki was a beast back in the days, man.
Still. Soundtrack to the Struggle.
Absolutely.
Fucking love it. So it's good.
Do you know what? I'll be dead serious. I'll be honest. I've not heard of Loki's name for quite a few years. But I remember there was a period of time in my life when I was doing grime, because I've kind of flip flopped from a lot of different genres. Well, not flip flopped. I wanted to master as many genres as possible.
Yeah, that's fair.
And when I was doing grime, Loki was super massive at the time on the scene, and yo, I was like, yo, this guy, how are we supposed to catch up? Like, come on, bro. Like,
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah,
He's dope,
Melvillers,
man.
he's supporting him on his tour, which is huge. So shout out to him. Good man.
Yeah, man. Good job. I love to see people succeed, man. Especially in this business. You know, it's a bit mad. It's a bit mad. But yeah, shout out to you, bro.
So what about you? What's your shout out this week?
Well, shit. Let me tell you about my guy. Yeah, my guy Mask. You know, the general himself. Yeah, nah.
The general.
Wow. The general. Yo, fam. Yo, Mask is a drill artist primarily, right?
Right.
And fam, I'll tell you, this guy's flow is bloody nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, he's got solid bars, and honestly, I think he's got some serious potential to make it. And I especially like this new song that he's got out right now called Zombie.
Yeah, you've seen that to me
in the song itself.
That's a good track.
Yes. Yeah, fam. Yo, let me tell you real quick, fam. He's got this one bar in it, yeah, and it gasses the hell out of you, bro.
Yeah.
It's like he says it's a boogie. Sorry, he says I'm a boogie on chicks when I'm swerve. Wait, hold on. Let me not mess this up. I'm a boogie on chicks. I'm swerving. Do you know what I mean? I kind of messed it. I kind of messed it up.
You fucked it a little bit.
But just
he does it
for
better.
the audience, just take a. He does. But like for the audience, just take a second to just think about that. Yeah, a boogie on chicks. I'm swerving.
Just let it sink.
Do you know how much that gassed, man?
Yeah, I got gas.
I got gas, fam. Actually, I got gas and I got pissed off. I was like, yo, I wish I thought of that bar. Yo, because like I don't know, like other artists, like I don't know how you feel about this, but like when another artist comes with this bar and you're like, oh shit, hold on, and you do the little calculations in your head and you're like, oh shit, that kind of bangs. This equals banging.
This plus this
right?
bang
equals banging. Fire, straight fire from the belly, fam. But yeah, man, artists, let us know in the comments down below or email us at whenkingschat@gmail.com and let us know if you hate when another artist comes with a banging line that you didn't think of. Of course, you still support them, but shit.
Yeah, it's all respect thing. But it's like,
it's a respect.
I wish I'd done that. I wish that was me.
Yeah, I kind of wish we could flip roles and I'd be like the one that he's like messaging like, hey, bro, why are you going to do that? Like, giving me a couple of years, I would have thought of it. Like, do you know what I mean?
Give me a couple of years. I'll be there.
You know?
I'm not that far behind.
You know what I'm saying? But the reason why I think that bar, especially for me, kind of banged is because every time I think of a boogie in particular, Swerving is the song that comes up to my mind. It's like, Swerving.
That's
Hey, it's a banger. But yeah, you can go check out my boy Mask on his YouTube channel, which is Mask General, right? You can check him out on Insta. You can find him by the same name there. And on Spotify, he goes as Mask. Go check out Zombie. It is out now. And don't forget to check out his Black Box because I guarantee you it is a vibe, my guy.
Good man.
Yeah, bro. But yo, let's get into the main section. The meat and potatoes. Hey yo, so Ben, again, this section I think is going to be very important, especially from your perspective, because you are a support to an artist.
I am.
So I think your input again is really going to be invaluable here. So I just want to ask, like, what do you think the role of an artist support is, and how far should it be taken in regards to what extent should a support of an artist go to make sure to ensure the success of the artist? And should they like take up a period of time where it's just like it's just for the artist, or should they still have that sort of independence from the artist?
I mean, I think you still got to have your own independence. You still got to have your own career or whatever it is you're driving. You can't drop that, because then all you become is that one artist, and it's not. You still need to be who you are on your own. But I think as far as the role goes, you're there to back them. Like if they wobble, or if they're having a rough day, they've got something they're struggling with, you're there to like. You're backing them, you're giving them that nudge, but you can't ever do it for them. I think that's where you draw the line.
Yeah, yeah. No, I feel that. Because they need to learn how to be strong on their own, but they need to know that whenever they feel a bit down,
They've still
that
got
there's
someone back.
real people that are there. Yeah, like
Yeah.
for real. Okay, I feel that. I respect that. And you do that phenomenally, might I add.
No, I appreciate it.
It's no good. You know, it's no worries. You know, I just you give props where it's due. Um, but what do you think like the most important supporting role to an artist development is then in that case?
I'd have to say it's gonna sound so cliche, but I'd have to say it's being honest. And this can come from any role. This can be like you could be the manager, PR, graphic designer, whatever it is. But it's that sort of that honest feedback when they come to you with the track and like, what do you think?
Yeah, because I was gonna say like the way you started that answer, I was like, I kind of meant like the actual role itself. But what you're saying is, it doesn't matter what you do as an individual. It's how you support the artist that you're working with.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't think you could ever put one job above the other because they all work in tandem with each other to make the project fly. So if you drop one, you're dropping an engine out of the whole thing.
Straight. And a car don't run without wheels, man.
That was a lot of metaphors we just put in one place. But yeah,
bro, this is what.
So I don't think I could rank one like actual job above the other.
Okay. Alright, cool. No, I feel that, and I feel that that's a very fair statement.
But would you like? So what's the most important one for you?
The most important
if you had to pick a job as a support job, what's the most important one to your development?
To my personal development?
Well, yeah, personal development as an artist. Yeah.
Okay, well, for me at this current moment in time, this is probably not always going to be my answer. Sorry ahead of time. Right now, you as my dedicated graphics designer is the most important role, because not only do you fulfill the role of graphics designer, but you also fulfill the role of moral support. And when I need a genuine answer, you give me like you don't kiss my ass or nothing when it comes to like this music. If something sounds shit that I send to you, you tell me. Like, and there'll be times where I'll be like, hold on, Ben's been stupid. What the fuck? Well, what's he talking about? And then the next day I hear, I'll be like,
yeah, and it's not like I try to do it where I don't completely tear it apart. I just make you look at it again. I'm like,
word.
Because you know it yourself, but everyone gets hyped in their own projects. Everyone gets like, as soon as they finish it, they're like, oh, this is the best thing I've ever done. And you just need someone to be like, take a look at it tomorrow.
No, I mean, and it's true. And you know, the thing about us as well is that we don't always agree. So, you know, when it comes to these things, so there might be some projects that, for example, I'm able to see a little bit into the future. That because like when I send you my projects, this is probably really annoying for you. I send like a WhatsApp of me recording it straight from my phone, and obviously it's not being mixed or it's not being mastered. It's not got any of the effects that it needs to help get there. But I can hear very clearly in my head what it's supposed to sound like, and you're like, no, this is not right. I think you should try something else.
But I mean, that's fair. Like,
yeah,
if you know yourself that it's a strong thing, then don't let somebody else put you off of it.
But that's the nice thing, is you never ever put me off. You always just say, I don't really know about this, but let's see where it can go.
No, that's fair.
But yeah, so going back to it, yeah, at this current point in time, in terms of my career right now, you as my graphics designer is definitely the most important support role that I have.
Oh, I think so.
The reason why I say that in the future it might change is just because I believe that the people around me that are supporting me are a part of my team. Yeah. They're like my family. Do you know what I mean? So I would never ever want to say that you're more important than
okay.
the low, like you know, like the lowest paid member of my team.
That's fair. So like, as the team grows, they're all important. They're all, yeah.
Everybody's got equal importance regardless of what their earning is.
That's fair.
Yeah. But so and by the way, when I say this as well, like, I feel like that could come off kind of douchey. When I say this as well, I mean like I'm using the hypothetical situation. Well, not hypothetical. The future situation of where this world class artist, and I'm at a venue, maybe 90,000. I say I'm at Wembley, 90,000 seats filled out, right?
Right.
And there's event stewards, shout out event stewards. You know, they're not always part of my team, but for that night, they're part of my team. They become part of my family.
Okay, I see what you mean.
So, exactly, and what they do is very important, even though they're not getting paid that much.
Yeah, which is a shame, really, because they do make the whole thing run.
Yeah, man. Like I've done a lot of work as an event steward as well myself, so I kind of understand. I'm glad I had an opportunity to do that. Because yeah, they're the people that make sure that things really work smoothly. In fact, at one of the training sessions I did at one point, we were like shown a couple of clips of like some football stuff that happened. So like a lot of football games weren't regulated as well a few years ago, and there was a fire that caught. I forgot where it was, but there was a fire, and it took forever to sort it out, and the entire stadium kind of burnt down. Loads of people died and stuff like that. But just by incorporating event safety staff members like stewards, people were able to avoid all of that for quite a few years. Like nothing's really happened since. That's and good. It's been, you know, response to like trouble inside of stadiums is so quick. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
even in terms of like getting people into the stadiums and stuff like that as well. It's gone from taking Lord knows forever how long, you know, to getting 90,000 people into Wembley Stadium in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's impressive.
You know, 15 minutes with a really good team. Like it's crazy, man.
Yeah, they do a good job.
But yeah, back to you know, back to the
topic
main section.
Back to the episode.
Yeah. Right. So I'd asked what the most important supporting roles to an artist development was.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm just gonna ask you real quick, how you feel about this personally, and how you think others might feel about this, because based on the last episode, I feel like you might have a very different perspective on this.
Right. Okay.
Do you find the term support offensive? And if so, what should it be phrased as? And if you don't, what do you think others would phrase it as?
So yeah, you made reference to like the last episode, because I called myself support staff at the end of the last episode.
Yeah.
Which I personally don't take as an insult, because the way I see it is, I see it like a support pillar, or like foundation, something along that lines of, like everyone looks at the monument. The monument itself is glorious, but that can't stand up there.
That's a beautiful picture.
Yeah, but it can't stand up there unless it's got the support pillars holding it up.
Straight.
I take it as like, I take it as a compliment, kind of, that like you're needed for this to stand up. Mm-hmm. In terms of like, because sure, some people might not like it. Some people might want to be seen as, they might see the word as it doesn't put them on equal footing.
Yeah.
I don't know what another word for it could be. Maybe like collaborators or partners, maybe. But then that sort of blurs the line as to if they were involved in the music or not.
Yeah, because I feel like those words are very loaded.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So in terms of like collaborators, once you use the word collaborator, it kind of like, and this is one of the points that we actually brought up yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
That we were talking about, where it was, when it becomes collaborator, it becomes very blurred as to what your actual role in this was.
Yeah.
Like certain words give certain gravity or what was the word I used yesterday?
Gravitas.
Like, I'm smart as hell. Subscribe to me on YouTube, Chronicle Music. I gotta plug myself. Yeah, it has a certain amount of it's got a certain amount of gravitas to it. And yeah, man, like collaborator just makes it sound like, this is like Drake featuring Rihanna. Or do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and it makes it sound involved in the actual product or the track, like from the musical side or writing the lyrics or whatever. So I don't know if that's the right word for it. But it might just be because I don't find support to be an insult. So I've never thought about what the alternative would be.
Word. Although I can imagine some people finding the word support to be an insult, because it seems like a minimalist sort of way to address a person.
Yeah, essentially.
But I think it's the best way to address a person without being specific about what their actual role is.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Because, yeah, man, it's crazy in these streets right now. Like, you say collaborator and then, actually, that was a bullshit hypothetical situation I was about to say.
You know what? I didn't know where you were going with that, and I started sweating. I was like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what the response is.
I thought of it. I was like, that's gonna be that's a bullshit point.
Collaborators.
I'm not even gonna say that. That's how bad it is.
It's crazy. Collaborators, support staff, they rock up with a gun. Like, I want a higher status. Shit starts blasting. I'm like, where's this going?
If they go to jail, I'm going to jail. What's going on? That's it, bro. But yeah, so support is not offensive, I think. Personally, if you let us know what you guys think in the comment section down below, or email us again at whenKingsChat@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. I mean, do you think each player in the game should receive like equal compensation? I mean, we're just talking about collaborators, so do you think they should receive equal compensation in terms of finances, or should it be like evaluated based on the actual task that they do?
I mean,
because right now I think we're in a system where it is evaluated, right?
Yeah, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think like it's got to be fair. You've got to sit down. You've got to have that discussion with your team and make sure everyone's happy and everything's fair. But like the amount of work that each member of the team puts in will vary from project to project, and like I don't know. Some of them are more involved in the job, or some of them have jobs that mean they're involved at the start, during, and way after the track's out. Whereas like other jobs will stop when the track's released. So I don't know if everyone should automatically get the same static pay. It needs to be evaluated, but you need to have that conversation.
Yeah, I think that's very important because I mean, like when you look at like people, like for example, like producers, managers, and again all the way down to event staffs that work for that particular day, it's a bit mad. Or even just completely avoiding the whole performance side of it, just like in terms of royalties. Like engineers do a lot of work. There's no doubt. But the song does not sell without the artist.
Yeah.
Producers do a hell of a lot of work. But again, same thing. Song does not sell without the artist.
Yeah.
So it's a bit mad.
It's just a fact of it, really. But I think as long as, like I say, as long as your team's happy and they don't feel like they're being fucked over by it, you're probably all right.
Oh yeah. So to anyone that is working with music that feels like they disagree with what we're saying, please feel free to open up some dialogue by sending us an email at whenKingsChat@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter at whenKingsChat.
How many
Instagram,
times are you plug that email address?
You got to make sure, because I want people to actually feel comfortable to actually send a message. Like, I don't want this to be the situation where we're saying, yo, message us, and then they feel like, they're just saying that for the sake of saying it.
Okay, that's fair. Because the point of this is to open up discussion on the industry and sort of break down some barriers and have a look behind the curtain.
Straight. I mean, look, by no means are me and you professionals at this. We've never done a podcast in our entire life. We don't know every single aspect of the music career. I don't think anyone really knows every single aspect of the career.
No.
The music career. Yeah. So, yeah, we're just giving you guys our experiences. So, if you have a different experience, let us know. Right. So, should support, and I say that lightly, be in a position should support members of staff be in a position where they can become famous, or like similar to how like DJs do, like DJ Khaled, or producers like Boy Wonder. Also shout out Boy Wonder. I got a short story about that. Let me just tell you that real quick before we get into it.
Okay.
So But I don't know if I told you this, Ben, right? But there's this one time when Boy Wonder's what I thought was Boy Wonder followed me on Twitter,
Right.
right? And the account still follows me till today. But I kind of jumped the gun and messaged like, "Yo, man, what an honor to get like a follow from you. What's good? How you doing?" It turned out to be it turned out to be his website manager.
Oh, but it was still like
It's still connected, Yeah, man. So I mean that in itself, like, and it is someone that genuinely is always hanging out with him as well, which to me that was
still huge.
That yeah, man. Like I felt great. Like they're following me, AKAs follow, like that's always felt amazing. Like so, shout out to all those like bigger people that's like they find these small guys and they follow them and give them a little hope.
It's just a nice
guys are the
boost
goats.
to get through.
Oh, straight, man, straight, and it came at the right time as well. But yeah,
but yeah, should they become
support?
Famous?
Yeah, man, for real. So should they be able to become famous?
I don't know how much of a question of should it is, and more of a question of can. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, if you become specialized enough in your field, you can become a famous name in your own field. But if your job doesn't have the glitz and glamour that always puts you in the limelight, I don't know how famous you could be in the public's view.
Okay, right.
Just because they'll only pay attention to like that stuff that draws attention, the glitz and glamour. They don't necessarily care about the behind the scenes all the time.
So do you reckon that there's certain things that staff, like support staff, can do to make their videos a bit more appealing? Like, for example, you as a graphics designer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most people wouldn't search up the graphics designer.
No.
They'll search up the producer. They'll search up the artist. Maybe they'll search up the engineer. Maybe. But because those people get credits in the actual song. But you as the graphics designer, usually it's a case where you buy the graphics off of the individual at a one-off, I believe, right?
Okay. It depends on if you're like permanent. You can get designers that are like permanent on the team and they'll work on everything. But a lot of times, it's sourced out to different companies and different design agencies and that for like different videos.
That's it. So what I'd say is like, is there anything that you can do to source up what you're doing on your own side if you wanted to become famous, if you wanted to use that as an opportunity to become famous?
I don't know. It's hard. I guess.
I mean, things like vlogging, I think, maybe.
Yeah, I suppose you could ask permission to like do some behind the scenes stuff you could then release. Like in tandem with the song, like with all the social PR stuff that goes out. So that on your own channel or your own social media, whatever, you're like, hey, I'm working with this artist, we're doing this project, this is a little sneak peek. And then both sides get that sort of benefit out of it. But obviously one side's going to get a little more just by having their name attached to this famous star. So I guess maybe
I think that is super important. I think all, especially if you're an independent artist, I think that once you have a team around you, like with people who are dedicated in particular roles, you should be trying to bring them up so they can earn their own money independently off you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like once you help people out, they're more inclined to want to help you out. And you shouldn't just be doing it just because you're going to get returns. You should be doing it because the people that you surround yourself with should be family. They should feel like family.
Yeah, which, I mean, in the long run, it works out anyway. Because if you work hard for them and you're giving that time back to help them and like build them up, they'll do the same thing for you. You work hard for them, they'll work hard for you.
Damn right. And I feel that, in fact, that's the way work should work in general. You know?
Oh, it should do, but that's like a whole other conversation right there.
That's a whole other
debate right there.
Yeah, I've had some interesting jobs, man. Shout out to all those shitty jobs I've had.
Man, everyone's had them. We've all had them.
Yeah, but, actually, yo, can you bleep out the fuck? Because I think that might be the worst cuss I've said on this show.
being serious about
Nah, fuck that. Let's go.
it? I was gonna say after the first episode, I messaged you and I was like, should we censor it? Like, is this something we should do? And you were like, it's a rap podcast. Fuck off. I was like, all right.
Yeah, no, that's true. That is true. That is very true. I completely forgot about that conversation. Okay, yeah, but yeah, you were saying that you think that they're in a position where they should be able to decide whether they want it or not, and they'll always struggle to have the same level of fame, right?
I think so.
And there is no glamour in their job, right?
Yeah,
so it's a bit hard. But obviously, we've now discussed that bit. We know how to swerve around that. Is there any more that you can say to that, or?
I can think of.
Like, are there any examples of people that that might have done this as well, or?
Well, I mean, if you want examples of like supporter staff that you know the name of, like, for example, Paul Rosenberg, the dude that managed Eminem.
Oh shit! Yeah. Oh shit!
Like,
okay.
He's such a big name in music that almost anyone in music, at least in rap world, knows his name. He might be one of the most famous music managers, at least to my knowledge.
Word.
But he could come up.
You kind of just know that name, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he could come up to me and say hello in the street, and I wouldn't have a clue who he was. I don't have an idea of what a man looks like.
Do you know what? I'll tell you something funny, right? So Rosenberg, I think it's from Hot 97.
Yeah.
So whenever I think I heard Eminem talk about Paul Rosenberg one time on one tune, I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me. Yeah, I'm a little bit shitty when it comes to the memory. But I'm sure I heard him quote Paul Rosenberg, and the first Rosenberg that came into my head was the guy from Hot 97. Now I'm not sure if this is the same guy. I'm really doubting it. But yeah, man, it's like just the word Rosenberg is just such a synonymous thing in my head. I know synonymous. Iconic.
Okay.
Yo, cut that bit out.
I was trying to help you, and I was sitting there. I was like, I don't know what he's going for.
Well, I mean, I could have said synonymous with a famous person.
Yeah, I guess so.
But
I mean,
yeah, it's just that the name just sticks out in my head. But again, like you were saying, I can't imagine what the person looks like. A person that famous could literally just come talk to me on the street. I never know. They can go buy a pint of milk at Tesco. Yeah. And you just never know. Yet they're living this luxurious life, and enjoying the benefits of fame.
So I don't. Yeah, I think it's more of a question of can support become famous. Yeah.
For sure. But yo, man, I think that was decent. I think that was calm.
Decent. It was a slightly deeper conversation last week. Get a little bit more.
Yeah. For real. Although I think it can go deeper. It's just I feel we need specific questions that me and you might not think about. So for the audience, please use the email that I plugged like 3 times already today.
Go on, give it a fool. I know you want to. Go on.
I kind of okay.
I know you want to.
If you're gonna ask, just feel free to email us at
WhenKingsChat@gmail.com.
Feel free to message us on Twitter. Feel free to message us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook at WhenKingsChat.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't stop.
Yo, bro, nah, it's all good. So I just want to, you know what? I'm gonna go for a record next week. Nah, I'm not. I'm probably gonna forget about it.
New job, WhenKingsChat.
Can you imagine? Can you just imagine? Like, I just go for the whole episode, just saying, by the way, guys, after every sentence. By the way, guys, check out WhenKingsChat@gmail.com.
I mean, I'd just walk away from it. I'm not going to suggest that.
Well, that's just cruel. All right, but next week we're gonna be discussing different genres within the UK scene. So look forward to that.
That's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be mad. Yeah, man. I mean, we already kind of had a little hint at that with you having a grime artist, me having a drill artist. So, and I mean, there's a very blurred line between the genres in the UK when it comes to this sort of rap style. So
yeah, there is. And I reckon we'll have an interesting conversation as well, because I think this is one of the places we start disagreeing a little bit.
Word.
Not necessarily what they
For
are,
real.
but on our opinions of them.
Oh, straight. And if anyone is interested in anyone of that's been in the game for quite a while, someone that knows their stuff, is interested in actually joining us on the podcast, feel free to give us an email. Shoot us. You knew it was coming. Yeah. Feel free to give us an email and let us know what you think. And, there we go, bro. I think that should end it. Yo, guys, it is Kings out.
Kings out.
Let's go. All right. That's it. Cool.